Hi there, this is Nicole DeBoer, also known as Lieutenant Ezri Dax from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And welcome to Star Trek Fleet Command.
Fancy intro music, yeah! Woohoo! Hey there, Star Trek Fleet Command fans. Welcome back to another video where today we're going to do a whole overview rating the first bit, the first part, the first little piece of the enchilada that was the TOS arc, starting with part 1. And I feel like this would be a great way to convey some of your responses, some of your feedback, and kind of put it all together in one video. Now, this was kind of built upon me talking with people on the official Discord, people on my Discord, which shout out Rev Deuce's Discord. We're at like almost 8,000 people out there. So like shout out to all you really crazy fanatics who really like gingers. We appreciate you. But taking all of that advice, talking with all of you in voice, and even doing a ping where I ask people to submit feedback, and you'll see some of that feedback in the video here today, discussing what people thought about this first part of the TOS arc. So this was part 1, January, wrapped up now. And you see behind me, you were not lied to. I remember the day after I made the video, literally the day after, people were like, it's impossible to do the heroic BP overflow. Well, I didn't buy a points pack. Did not, and completed. So there you go. Bingo, bango. What you got was, I think, a great return. We're going to break down piece by piece, starting with the officers. And I feel like the officers for the Battle Pass itself, for the worst part of the Battle Pass, I give them a 3 out of a 5, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Reason number 1 for me is the oversaturation we're getting of epic and rare officers. We're getting to a point now where, if you look at it, you can use the other groups to compare. I feel like the original format they had for officers was better. And what I mean by that is, look at the top one here. We've got 7 cards, 1 epic, 3 rares, 3 uncommons for a group. Next up, 3 uncommons, 3 rares, 1 epic. 3, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. Wonder where that guy went missing. Oh, there's Curon. My bad. Anyway, 3, 3, 1. Even though Tal's not technically released, he's broken. Anyway, you got a format here that was very specific to how these got laid out. And TOS Uhura, TOS Spock, and TOS Kirk aren't necessarily bad cards. I'd rate them kind of middle in terms of usefulness. I do like the other morale option that I now have. So, you can have morale on your Jellyfish and your Enterprise, or if you're a lower level player, on your Kamari and your Centurion. But what you're finding is just an oversaturation. This has been a theme of the arcs. If there's one negative I had to give as feedback, is the officers we're getting, not that I don't want officers, but that we're getting way too much in terms of power. Look at what we had with the original series, just launching with 2 epics and a rare. Now we know Bones is coming. There's rumors that we've talked about in some of our streams of other officers coming. Different ones that are actually going to be present. But you look at just the series before. Look at Discovery, where we had 3 epics, 5, 6 rares, several uncommons, and then we had, some commons, 2 commons. But then go back to the Borg, 3 epics, 2 rares, and then some uncommons. We're getting way too top heavy in these officers. I mean, you look at something, not to be mean or anything, but TOS Uhura could be a uncommon card. She doesn't need to be a rare card. And the main difference that you'll find is the stat differences here. Not necessarily the individual abilities, which you could weaken a little bit, but there's evidence of officer abilities between uncommon and rare being very similar. Look at the anti-faction officers. You look at Yanak and Yuki, both being anti-faction officers, both leveling up similar, but being different grades in terms of different rankings and scales. And you look at TOS Spock. Spock could be a rare card. He is in the original group. Why is he suddenly... Now, if this was like Ambassador Spock, I'd understand, but this is supposed to be just the crew. By the way, that hollow image looks terrible. Why is he an epic card? If that's the negative I had to get, that's got to be one, because it makes getting cards more difficult for most players. And I think that's an issue for a lot of people. Anyway, next up, diminishes the value, etc. Well, I just want to hit real quick the recruit twist. Ooh. Oh yeah, it's Crucible of War. Yay! But the gold trophy recruits, have they been updated with the new officers? No. So Boo-hoo to that. Anyway, moving on to the next one, the Battle Pass rewards / overflow. I give a 5 out of 5 rating. I really felt like the rewards for this was obviously officer focused with the amount of tokens and stuff that you were getting, but more importantly, the free prime. Now, we can talk about the screw up that it was, and yes, there was a screw up and all that other stuff. Nobody's denying that. But in terms of value, what you got was really, really good. Whether you got the Prime Borg or the Prime Officers, you're getting a really good thing for free. I know some people hate it when I say that, for the $20 Battle Pass. Now, you still got a frame for free with the Heroic Overflow. You still got officer pulls for free with the Heroic Overflow. All you had to do was do your stuff every single day, and you ended up with this NCC 1701 original frame, which I think is kind of cool, this little 1960s theme frame, and then some Latinum. I thought the rewards were really good. Now, if you don't really consider spending $20 a month on the Battle Pass free, well, we've got a little bit of difference of opinion there. I think you're still basically a free-to-play if you're spending 20 bucks on this type of a game. Yeah, I don't really consider that you being a dolphin or a whale, but we can disagree on that point. That's fine. Either way, I still feel like the Battle Pass is the best set of rewards and the best set of grind in this game. Hands down, bar none, it's not even close. And I felt like this was another great one. And if we compare it to other Park 1s of arcs, I feel like this arc might have started off stronger than any of the other arcs previously. It definitely started off stronger than the Discovery arc. I feel like it definitely started than the Augment arc, and probably stronger than the Borg arc, because the Borg arc was still new, and we were just kind of like probing into how good is this going to be. I really felt like this has been the best one so far, so that's why I'm giving it so much praise. And then the final way that I'll rank this is with the events. Yes, the events. I give it a 4 out of 5. So now you've got a total of 12 out of 15 points for this ranking system that I've created that you will use forever, which gives it an overall 4 out of 5 stars. Or 4 out of 5 phasers? 4 out of 5 bars of Latinum? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, the events I felt like were a 4 out of 5. I liked the rendition or the new rendition of the Faction Hunt. I know a lot of people are saying, well, we didn't get Faction Hunt. You did. You just got it reformatted in like the Wrath event, you know. And the good thing about that was it gave you the ability to earn shards. Specifically for officers. Not only new ones, but even hard to get, must-needed, gotta-have ones like, I'm going to scroll down until I get to him, Harrison, which I'm 25 out of 38 from. Hopefully another type of event of that like that comes around and continues to come around, and whether it takes me a year or 6 months or whatever, I unlock Harrison. If for no other reason, every player needs Harrison for base defense because he's massively overpowered. Watch that get patched one day. But anyway, I like that. I like that we were getting that. And a lot of people complain that you didn't get Romulan or Federation credits. My rebuttal was the Independent and Federation credits were more important because the officers you were getting were Federation and Independent. So if they run that again and they change the officers and start including, say, Shar in it or something, or maybe even Tau. Yeah, right. Then you could have some Romulan credits included. I think the new format was better overall. It was not as much of a grind, paid out better, and gave people better stuff. So I think that's what's more important. Now that is also where we need to see change happen. It can't stay static. It has to continually progress and adapt as we move forward. And then I also would be remiss if we didn't mention the Scramble Communications event, which those type of puzzle style events I think are fantastic. Happen, technically it's not necessarily part of the arc. That was during the arc, but we'll also talk about a negative during the arc too. That was a fantastic addition. And even though some people don't like spoilers and everything, all you got to do is not pay attention to the content creators who put out the answers for everybody. You know, imagine being in my position. I don't even get a chance to figure it out on my own. People are sending me the answers like before I even open up the game. But those type of events, Scramble Communications, awesome. So overall, I really feel like this part 1 of the TOS arc was a 4 out of 5. Really, really happy with it. If there's one negative in the month of January, the biggest glaring negative of all is that we need to feel the burn. We need to feel the burn. And we don't feel the burn right now. We don't. Fix it. Put it back to where it was. I don't care what everybody else says. Actually, a very small group of people say. I know there's some people who don't want to fix it back. I don't care what they want. The majority wants it back. So bring it back. Whether it's going to come back, I don't know. But I know most people want it back. So there you have it. That's my rating. That's what I think. And I want to know what you think in the comment section down below. All you got to do to provide your feedback is to comment in the YouTube video, because then I will pass this along to the great and wonderful overlords that are always kind, generous, and the game would never crash even though it was not working properly this morning, hence the video being late. Live long and prosper. Stay safe, other Space Cowboys, and we'll catch you in the next exciting video of Star Trek Fleet Command.
Remember, Spock doesn't go on the Enterprise. Live long and prosper. All the best.
An even better outro than the intro. Yeah! Woo!